Have you ever found yourself at a crossroads, torn between choosing Apple or Samsung? You're not alone. It's a decision that has left many tech enthusiasts scratching their heads, a debate that has been raging on for years. Apple and Samsung, two tech titans, locked in an eternal struggle for supremacy. The Apple versus Samsung debate is a bit like the tech world's version of the chicken or the egg dilemma. It's a question that doesn't have a definitive answer, simply because both ecosystems bring unique strengths to the table, as well as a few weaknesses. On one hand, we have Apple, the epitome of sleek design and seamless integration. It's an ecosystem that prides itself on its simplicity and intuitive user experience. Apple has a knack for creating products that just work right out of the box. On the other hand, we have Samsung, a brand that stands for innovation and flexibility. Samsung's ecosystem is known for its versatility and the freedom it offers to its users. It's a playground for tech enthusiasts who love to tinker and personalize their devices. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Both ecosystems have their fair share of drawbacks. Apple's walled garden approach can feel limiting for some, while Samsung's flexibility can sometimes lead to complexity and confusion. So how does one choose between the two? Well, it often comes down to personal preference. It's about choosing the ecosystem that aligns with your needs, your lifestyle, and your personal tech philosophy. In the end, it's not about which ecosystem is objectively better. It's about which ecosystem is better for you. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. We'll walk you through the pros and cons of both ecosystems, dissect their features, and hopefully help you make an informed decision. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's delve into the fascinating world of Apple and Samsung. Because in the grand scheme of things, isn't choice a wonderful thing? So stay tuned as we delve into the specifics of these two tech giants' ecosystems. First up, let's examine what makes Apple a standout choice for millions around the globe. The Apple ecosystem is admired for its seamless integration. Devices like the iPhone, iPad, MacBook, and Apple Watch work together like a well-oiled machine. This means data syncs effortlessly across all devices, and you can switch from one device to another without missing a beat. The user-friendly interface is another feather in Apple's cap. It's intuitive, clean and simple. Even if you're new to the ecosystem, you'll find your way around in no time. Now let's talk about privacy and security. Apple has taken strong stances on these matters, building robust systems that guard users' personal information. They've integrated privacy features into their products, ensuring that your data stays yours. This commitment to privacy is a huge draw for many users. Lastly, Apple's consistent updates. These not only bring new features and improvements, but also patch any potential security vulnerabilities. Apple's track record of supporting older devices with software updates is remarkable. In essence, the Apple ecosystem is about convenience, simplicity, and peace of mind. It offers a cohesive experience across devices, an intuitive interface, stringent privacy and security measures, and regular updates to keep everything running smoothly. Indeed, Apple's ecosystem offers a streamlined, secure, and user-friendly experience. However, Apple's ecosystem is not without its downsides. Despite the sleek design and seamless integration, Apple's offerings may not be for everyone. One of the significant drawbacks is the high cost. Apple's products are often priced at the premium end of the spectrum, making them inaccessible to some potential users. From iPhones to MacBooks, iPads to Apple Watches, the price tag can be a deterrent. Next, let's talk about customization. If you're someone who enjoys personalizing your devices to your liking, you might find Apple's ecosystem somewhat limiting. Unlike other operating systems, Apple's iOS doesn't offer much room for customization. You're stuck with the layout and settings that Apple provides, which, while elegant and user-friendly, can feel restrictive if you're used to more freedom. Speaking of restrictions, Apple's closed ecosystem is another point of contention. While it does contribute to a smooth user experience, it also means that you're locked into Apple's world. Want to use an app not available on the App Store? Unfortunately, you're out of luck. Want to transfer files to a non-Apple device? You might find that more complicated than you'd like. In addition, Apple's repair and maintenance costs can be exorbitant. If your device needs fixing, you're likely to pay a hefty sum, unless you've invested in Apple Care Plus. Despite its strengths, Apple's ecosystem does come with its share of limitations. But it's worth remembering that every coin has two sides, and what may be a con for one person could be a pro for another. Now, let's switch gears and explore what Samsung brings to the table. The Samsung ecosystem is a vast universe in its own right. A key advantage is its openness. Unlike Apple's walled garden approach, Samsung offers an open system. This means you're not just limited to Samsung's apps and services, but also have access to a plethora of third-party applications, broadening your horizon and providing a more diverse user experience. One major pro of the Samsung world is the customization possibilities it offers. With Samsung, you can personalize your device to your heart's content. You can change everything from your home screen layout to your icons and even the overall theme. It truly allows users to make their devices a reflection of their personalities. Variety is the spice of life, and Samsung seems to understand this quite well. From budget-friendly phones to high-end flagships, Samsung's range of devices cater to every kind of user. Whether you're a student on a budget or a professional seeking the best tech, Samsung has a device for you. Lastly, when it comes to affordability, Samsung has an edge over Apple. While Samsung does offer premium devices at a higher price point, it also provides a wide range of affordable options, making it accessible to a broader audience. Samsung's ecosystem, with its flexibility and affordability, certainly has its allure. But like Apple, Samsung too has its drawbacks. The elephant in the room is the fragmented nature of the Samsung ecosystem. Unlike Apple, which has a tightly controlled ecosystem, Samsung's ecosystem is quite diverse, encompassing a wide variety of devices and software platforms. This diversity, while a strength in many aspects, can also be a weakness. It often leads to a lack of uniformity, making the user experience less seamless. Another issue is the inconsistency in updates. Samsung devices, especially older ones, may not always receive the latest updates promptly. This can be frustrating for users who want to enjoy the latest features and improvements. It's a stark contrast to Apple's ecosystem, where updates are timely and consistent across all devices. And let's not forget about potential security concerns. While Samsung has made strides in improving its security, it still doesn't match up to the high standards set by Apple. The fragmented nature of the Samsung ecosystem can make it more vulnerable to security threats. This isn't to say that Samsung devices are insecure, but the potential for issues does exist. Finally, the Samsung ecosystem, despite its vastness, lacks the deep integration seen in Apple's ecosystem. This can sometimes result in a less cohesive and intuitive user experience. So, while Samsung offers flexibility, it does come with trade-offs. Having explored both ecosystems, it's clear that both Apple and Samsung have their strengths and weaknesses. These tech giants, with their innovative technologies and keen focus on user experience, have shaped the way we interact with the digital world. Let's start with Apple. Their ecosystem is well integrated and seamless. With devices that speak to each other effortlessly, Apple's strength lies in its unity. The continuity across devices is nothing short of impressive, providing a consistent and efficient user experience. However, this comes with a trade-off. Apple's closed ecosystem can feel restrictive to some, with limited customization and higher costs. On the other hand, we have Samsung. Their ecosystem is a beacon of flexibility and freedom. Samsung's open-source approach allows for a high degree of customization, offering a tailor-made experience for each user. Their collaboration with Google also opens doors to a vast array of apps and services. But there's a flip side to this coin as well. This openness can sometimes lead to a lack of cohesion between devices and a feeling of being overwhelmed by the sheer number of options available. In the end, it all boils down to what you value most. Are you looking for a tightly knit, secure environment that offers simplicity and reliability? Then Apple might be your go-to. But if you're someone who values freedom, customization, and a wider range of choices, then Samsung could be the one for you. The beauty of this tech era is that there is no one-size-fits-all approach. Personal preference plays a huge role. And what works best for one person might not work as well for another. It's about finding the right balance between functionality, aesthetics, cost, and personal comfort. Whether you prefer Apple's integrated and secure environment or Samsung's open and flexible ecosystem, the choice ultimately rests in your hands. Here's to making informed decisions in the world of tech.